Hey, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to Cocktails in the War Room. All right, guys, I am back. We did this for 81 nights straight, and then I took a few days off, and now we are back. Woo! I need you guys to tell me if I'm echoing for you because I got some new equipment and it's echoing on my end. And I don't know if it's echoing on your end. So, can you hear me? Hello? Are you guys okay? No echoes? Well, fuck yeah. Let's do this shit. How are you guys? How was your week? Oh, hold on. Check this shit out. I got a new skull mug. Oh my God. And it's glass. It's heavy as hell, but it's awesome. And earlier, the lime was like in the mouth, and it looked really funny. It's really heavy, but the first thing I did yesterday when I got back was go to the post office box. And in there was a bunch of different stuff. And one of the things that was in there was that amazing mug. And I got some unbelievable cards. So I want to thank everybody that sent me mail to the post office box. So I want to thank Christine Henderson. She sent me this awesome card and the mug, which I love. And then I got You Rock. So I want to thank Joe for sending me this awesome card to the P.O. box. It was nice to come back and get some mail. A couple of people had their T-shirts got, they got returned. I'm going to take these headphones off. You guys let me know if you can't hear me anymore because I'm not wearing my headphones because it's echoey as shit in there and it's driving me crazy. So a couple people's T-shirts got returned to the post office box. So if you didn't get your T-shirts yet, some people messaged me through the email and said that they hadn't got them yet. And so I checked the post office box. That was the other reason, because that was the return address. And a couple of people's T-shirts got returned. So know that if yours got returned, I've probably emailed you and we're going to send your T-shirts back out, because guess what I did today? I stopped and saw T-shirt Brian. What's up, Brian? He got all the shirts done. They are all printed. Everything is done. And they are going to be mailed out by the weekend, because the team of crackpot, crazy ass family volunteers are coming to help me stuff all the envelopes over the next couple of days. And so if you ordered your T-shirt and you have not received it yet, you are going to get your T-shirt. I'm hoping by the weekend, and depending on how far away you are, if not by the weekend, you will have it by Monday or Tuesday of next week at the latest. So by the time we meet here in the War Room again next Tuesday night, you guys should have your T-shirts, which I'm super excited about. That also means that once all the T-shirts get shipped, that means I'll have an exact dollar amount on the charity donation as well, which I am Blueberry Cobbler, which I am super excited. I'm pretty confident it's going to be over $5,000. I'm hoping well over $5,000. But until I get all of the T-shirts shipped, I'm not going to know exactly how much money we have left over. But I am pretty excited about getting those donations out and, giving the money to the charity so that they can put it to good use. So how did you guys do for like a week without me? Oh, wait, Monica says bag of dicks. Hold on. The other thing that I got at the post office box was not one, but 2 bags of dicks. So I'm not going to be dickless for very long, because now I've got 2 bags of dicks. I, again, don't know who sent them. They went to dicksbymail.com and sent them anonymously, but whoever you are, thank you guys very much for the dicks. I appreciate it. So back from the dicks. So let's talk about everything that's happened since the last time I saw you guys. So obviously Mike Shue was here, which was amazing to have him in here. And I know we had some technical difficulties. You guys aren't hearing the clicking from the comments anymore, right? I figured out how to do it. Actually, my friend Dave and a bunch of other people were texting me to tell me how to get rid of it. But my phone is actually being used as the second camera. And so I wasn't looking at my phone and I wasn't getting the comments. And so I couldn't figure it out. But, earthquake. But we figured it out. You shouldn't hear clicking anymore. And so we're working this along. Somebody asks RPM. Yes, you guys will see actually this way. Sorry, they're still backwards. You guys should see in the corners some sponsors. Oh, shit. So there's a couple people that I wanted to thank because they have helped along the way get this all underway. Yes, I have my book down here. RPM Dynamics is my friend Jim Rose's company. Jim and I used to be roadies together back in the day, and he owns the company, and it's an audio company. He's been Melissa Etheridge's front of house sound guy for years. And Jim also owns RPM Dynamics, which is a huge audio company, and he rents out, PA systems to touring bands and to venues. And because of the coronavirus, he was off the road and all of his equipment was home, and he wasn't doing a lot. And so I reached out to him and asked him to help me wire the studio, MCHQ, and to help me with my audio guidance for everything that we've been doing around here the last few months. And he has been super helpful. And with a lot of the bars and restaurants that are reconfiguring now to be able to have patrons, a lot of people are creating outdoor dining and outdoor areas that they never had before. And you're going to need sound systems to do that. And there are people that are now creating, new drive-in movie theaters, and different, restaurants are using their parking lots for different things. And Jim is an audio company that can go and help that kind of stuff. And so he is not only sponsoring the War Room this week, but also sponsoring episode 1 of the Mistress Carrie podcast that's coming at midnight. And then the other sponsor we have is Image Custom Designs. You guys remember that the sneeze guard shield that they built for me that says Cocktails in the War Room? It's actually in MCHQ now. But Image Custom Designs has been a family-owned company in Worcester for over 20 years. And Image actually makes road cases. So say you had camera equipment or, sound equipment or computer equipment that you need to be able to take out on the road. And I'm not just talking about a touring rock band, but I'm talking about, any kind of equipment that you need to move around a lot. You got to make sure that you can move it around and not break the shit out of it. And that's what Image Custom Designs do, is that they build road cases. But because none of the bands are out on tour, they had to find something else to do. And so they started making those acrylic sneeze guards and custom designing them, custom etching them, and installing them into retail places that are now, getting back to business, supermarkets, gas stations, retail locations, wherever it is that you've got a cashier or someone that you want to protect, you need those acrylic sneeze guards. And so the guys from Image Custom Designs are making those and designing them and installing them. And so they wanted to sponsor Cocktails in the War Room and episode 1 of the Mistress Carrie podcast that is coming at midnight. So if you want to check out what they do, you can go to rpmdynamics.com and imagecustomdesigns.com and check out their websites. And if you have a business and you're looking to, if you have a bar and you want to upgrade the sound system, or you want to create an outdoor area, or, if you need any kind of audio expertise, you can call my buddy Jim. because that's what he does. And then obviously, if you guys are trying to reconfigure a retail space and need to put up those sneeze guards, the acrylic ones, and you want a really nice one that's got your company logo in it and all of that stuff, you can call the guys from Image and they'll take care of it for you. So yeah, we're kind of big time. I got logos. Where are they? That way. And that way. Sorry, everything's backwards. And so I really wanted to thank them for the support. So yeah, let's talk. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I don't want to skip over anything. So obviously, I haven't seen you guys in a week. I've been putting stuff up on Facebook and Twitter and stuff, but we haven't gotten together. So I'm excited that you guys are all. She doesn't have to hold the phone anymore. I know. Isn't it amazing? I'm excited that you guys are so. Really, Sean? Now Sean's telling me that the audio is low. Can you guys hear me okay? Damn it. Sean, my audio levels are good on this end. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Hold on. How about now? Is that better? Tell me it's better now, Sean. I love that I have all these technologically advanced friends, but no problem here. No, it's fine. Sean is weird. Sean is weird. And there's a chance he could be enjoying a cocktail himself. So who knows? Maybe he can't hear anything. All right. So let's get back to business. I'm super psyched that you guys are all excited to be back in the war room. I first want to tell you guys about Therese. So I got on my flight out of Boston last week, which was super weird, going through TSA, wearing a mask and all of that stuff. And then I had a layover in Charlotte, and I'm on that Jetson sidewalk thing. And now I'm breaking up. It does sound better now. Ha, ha, ha. Are we good? You just froze. Are you guys kidding right now? Tell Sean to turn up the volume on his phone, says Brian. You guys are amazing. Okay, everything is great. I can hear you just fine. Sorry. Okay, so I'm on that Jetson sidewalk thing in the Charlotte airport, and I hear someone screaming, Mistress Carrie! And I had my cocktails in the war room sweatshirt, that t-shirt Brian made for me, and I turn around, and this girl with a mask is like, I'm Therese from the war room. And she's like, I just wanted to say hi. And we talked for a minute, and then she was running to get a connection. I was running to get a connection. We waved at each other because we didn't want to hug because of the social distancing, and we got masks on and whatever. And then she went one way in the airport, and I went the other way. And I was like, holy crap, the war room is spreading, and it's hilarious. So I want to say hi to Therese. I put a post up on Facebook saying that, that we were spreading like crazy. And she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to freak you out. You didn't freak me out, Therese. It was awesome. So I was super psyched to see a familiar face, even though I couldn't see this much of her face. But it was super cool to meet somebody from the war room at a layover in Charlotte, which was just totally random. So I can tell you that traveling is a little odd. Going through TSA wearing a mask is odd. They're not serving food or drinks on a plane. So if you guys are traveling in the near future, make sure you pack a lunch and don't expect to have drinks or anything. I don't know if they're doing longer flights, if they're giving beverages or whatever, but the flight that I was on, they didn't serve anything. So make sure you eat a big meal and you pee before you get on the plane, because it was very strange. Not only that, but the first flight that I took before I met Therese at the airport, there weren't a lot of people on it. But the smaller planes are shoulder to shoulder, and the flight home was packed. So, you know that time when they've shut the cabin door and everyone's sitting on the plane and they're getting ready to do the seatbelt thing and the exit thing and all of that, and everyone's sitting there and you're wondering why the air conditioning's not on, and everybody's getting like agitated because you want to take off and you want to get home or whatever. Um, Imagine that wearing a mask. The flight attendants are wearing the masks. Everybody's wearing the masks. It's hot. It's uncomfortable. So just Suzanne said, my husband recently flew and it was the best flight ever because there was no crowding at all. Well, the flights are getting more crowded now, and the masks make things more aggravating. But I wore it. I mean, it's what we got to do. Going through TSA, they didn't ask me to move the mask, and I was like, I know that my hair is purple on my license picture, but don't you guys still want to know it's me? But they did check it on the way back, which, was interesting. So, but the flight was fine and everything was okay. It was interesting being in North Carolina, where they are like a week or two ahead of us as far as the opening phases. So I was able to go to a restaurant that was seating at 50% capacity and eat dinner indoors, but the waitresses had masks on. And then there were bars that were open. They had to serve some kind of food to be able to open, but they had a lot of outdoor seating and that kind of stuff. On military bases, people are wearing masks. You got to move them to get on base or whatever, but going into the PX and the commissary, you got to have your masks on. But it's definitely not as strict down in North Carolina or down south as it has been up here, but they haven't had the number of cases that we have. So the trip was really good. I will give you guys a couple of updates. First of all, while I was down there, I was around some kids. And I will tell you guys that I got suckered into playing Pokemon Go, which I thought, because I don't have my own kids, that I would avoid playing Pokemon Go. And I know it was a thing a few years ago because I remember making fun of people on the radio that were like getting screamed at and the cops called on because you were in people's front yard and you were crashing your cars and all of that kind of stuff. But one of the things that the coronavirus brought back, besides drive-in movie theaters, was Pokemon Go, because it was something for families to be able to do together and to be able to social distance and drive around and do all of this stuff. Amanda says, I love that game. So I thought that long passed. Yeah, so did I, Mark, but it's back because of the coronavirus. And the kids that I was with were begging me to play because they wanted to be able to give each other gifts and they wanted to hunt and do the whole thing. And so I am now at level 20 of Pokemon Go. And it's kind of insane. But now I'm sending gifts to all of the kids in my life and trying to trade Pokemon. And like, I really... Like, never mind waking up in an alternate reality because WAF's gone. Never mind waking up in an alternate reality because of the coronavirus and waking up in an alternate reality because of everything that's going on in the news, politically, the protests and the rallies and all of that stuff. But now I'm waking up to alerts on my phone that I've been sent gifts of Pokeballs and potions and revive stuff. And I'm telling you guys, I had a dream the other night that had the Pokemon Go noises in my dream, and it totally weirded me out because I was like, what? I can't get any more Pokeballs, says Michelle. Yeah, see, you feel my pain. I was yelled at for not managing my Pokeballs correctly. So for everybody asking how my vacation was great. I know there's a sticker on the mug. I've been trying to get it off, and the Goo Gone stuff didn't take it off. I ran it through the dishwasher twice. It hasn't come off. This thing is fucking on there. But I will get it off. I don't want to get comments about the damn sticker on the bottom of my cup. Cup is so heavy, but it's delicious. It holds the cold in the drink really good. Yeah, there's Pokestops everywhere, and there's fucking gyms, and now I'm like battling other people's Pokemons, and I got to manage my balls. I know, Sean. I know I do. First dicks, now balls. Look, there's got to be a way. Like, I can talk about dicks with Mike Shue here in the war room because the kids should be in bed by now. But when you're making balls comments in front of an 11-year-old boy, you just know that there's going to be giggling. And so there you go. So that was one of the things I did on the trip. Did some motorcycle riding, which was really nice because I haven't had a chance to do that up here yet. That was really cool. Went to the beach, which is one of the things that I wanted to show you guys as my little artifact in the war room tonight. So I showed you guys this plate before because I brought it back from Afghanistan. But for anybody, and I need somebody to do some Googling because I haven't looked this up yet. But there are beaches in North Carolina, and I'm sure there's beaches in other places that have this too. But Onslow Beach, which is on Camp Lejeune, is famous for these shark's teeth that wash up on the beach. And so I spent some time collecting shark's teeth. Can you guys see those? Look at those. And they're black, which is totally bizarre because, you know, we all had bad dreams about Jaws and the teeth are pearly white, but these teeth are like insane. And I think it's really cool. So every time I go down to North Carolina or any beach that has that, I always want to hunt for shark's teeth. And so those are some of the shark's teeth that I brought back. I thought you guys would think it was cool. I don't know why the teeth are black. Do they turn white? Like these are like the baby teeth, right? That sharks have rows of teeth and then they fall out and they wash up on the shore. But I want to know why they're black. Is it certain types of sharks? Do great whites have black teeth when they're babies and then they turn white? I need some explanation. But yeah, I thought that you guys would think it was really cool. And yes, I'm looking into like making a necklace because I thought that would be really cool to have a black shark tooth necklace. Totally badass. 81 days of cocktails in the war room during a pandemic, waiting 1 week for your first podcast, priceless. Yeah, I know. Myrtle Beach has them too. I think they fossilize, says Carrie. Let's see. They just smoke 4-packs like Marines. Teeth buried in sediments absorb. All right, now you guys are commenting so fast. The color of fossil shark teeth is a result of minerals that present in the surrounding sediments. All right, well, there you go. That's why they're black then. It's the oxidation. Let me say that 5 times fast. So now people have found like megalodon teeth. I want one of those. And I had kids out looking for megalodon teeth for me, but we didn't find a megalodon tooth. But the small ones were really cool. So, I mean, we're used to like looking for sand dollars and shit up here. And I'm like, wait, you have beaches that just shark's teeth just wash up on the shore? That necklace would be awesome, Carol. I totally think it would be badass. Been to Onslow many times, never saw one. Jessica, I'm telling you, there are certain parts of that beach where there are just fucking shark's teeth everywhere. It's so weird. And there, you just go and search through the rocks and the sand and stuff. And once you know what you're looking for, you find them. And it's a thing down there that people just have them. So there you go. And I got the lobsters. So Joe, the lobster fisherman up in Maine, sent me a dozen lobsters, and I had a lobster bake with a bunch of Marines down in North Carolina while I was down there, and taught them how to make a real New England lobster roll, and did that, and it was awesome. So I think a choker would be badass, says Renee. Yeah, totally. So that was kind of my vacation, and it was great. It was really nice to just kind of unplug a little bit, although I was so plugged in because of the fucking Pokemon Go. But it was just really cool to kind of get out of town a little bit, and just relax and just try to breathe, you know? I mean, there's been so much. If you look at everything since March 14th that's happened in the world that we've all been in the war room talking about, it was kind of nice to just kind of be able to unplug for a few days and just sit on the beach and stare at the ocean and listen to the waves and just calm myself for a few days. And it was pretty awesome. And then of course there are the bugs. See this thing on my, where is it? right here. Yeah. And see these on the side of my friggin' face? Yeah, I got bit by a bug. Not kidding. On this finger. I was outside at sunset and I felt this bug land. It felt like a fucking helicopter landed on my finger. And when I went to like flick it, it wouldn't come off my finger. Like it stayed and it was just I felt like I was giving blood and it just wanted all of my blood and my finger, this top part of my finger like swelled up so bad. It was awful. It's a lot better now, but it's still red. See it? Fucking hurts. And yes, the nail salons are open in North Carolina. So I was able to get a mani-pedi. And that was really nice too. Wearing a mask. Everybody's wearing masks, gloves, the whole thing. I would have put a Ghostbuster suit on if you had asked me to. Yeah, Heidi, 2020 continues to be a cluster mess of poop. Exactly. It was not a murder hornet. It looked like a big giant mosquito, but it was jet black and like it had weight. Like when it landed on you, like you felt it. Like up here, like unless the mosquito's huge, it kind of, you don't feel it until it's already biting you. This thing landed on me and I felt it. And then I felt it pierce me with the stick. It was excruciatingly painful. I probably have malaria now. But it was no joke. The bugs down there. I don't know if it was a wasp. I don't know what the hell it was. Got a haircut in South Carolina yesterday, says Dawn. That is fantastic. Now we have murder toads. Did I miss the murder toad? I don't even know. Had my woolly caterpillars on my face threaded finally. Oh, Christina means her eyebrows. I'm watching Queer Guy on Netflix and also Mindhunter on Netflix. I haven't watched really anything on Netflix because I've been so busy doing other stuff. It took me a couple days just to sober up after Mike Shue was here. But wasn't it awesome having him in here? I know that the cameras were like all backwards and but it was just so nice having him here. And he was like, this is really cool. Let's hang out more. And it might've been a big horsefly, Lou. But it wasn't, it had longer legs. Like it looked like a mosquito, but it was huge. I did make an appointment to go see Linda, my hairdresser, which I'm very excited about too. So, that's a Semper Fi bite, says Marcel. What time did Shue leave? Not for a while. He was here for a while. And the thing is, I had a flight to catch the next morning, so I didn't get a lot of sleep. I felt like a bag of dicks the next morning. Can we get him back once a month? Oh, dude, tell me about it. I did have an interesting conversation with Danielle a few days ago, and she's now back working in the studio at WEEI with Hillman in the morning. But I asked her, I said, hey, can I bring you into the war room virtually so that you could hang out at home and be in your pajamas and have cocktails with us and hang out in the war room with us? And she said, yes. So I don't know if it's going to be next week, but I know in the coming weeks, we are going to have a special cocktails in the war room edition, and it's going to be a slumber party, and pajamas are going to be required because Danielle is going to hang out with us, which I cannot wait for. So, yes, I would love to have Mike Shue in here once a month. I can't wait to have Danielle in here. And, we're troubleshooting this technology all the time. And so to be able to have bands in here too, with the podcast, it's not live, so I can record them kind of whenever it's convenient for the bands, but this is live. So getting people to be in a certain place at 8:30 Eastern time, to sit down and kind of take all of the abuse that they're going to get in the war room. I'm working on it. But Danielle totally wants to do it. So we're going to have a slumber party in the next few weeks. So keep your eyes on the Facebook page, obviously, on my Twitter account at Mistress Carrie, on Instagram at Mistress Carrie WAF, because as soon as I get Danielle confirmed for cocktails in the war room, I will let you know. But Penny says you and Shue equals priceless. Like, I just love the guy. And it was just so nice. Like, I was watching all of you guys' comments talking about hearing our voices together and seeing us in the same place again. But just sitting on a couch and hanging out with Mike Shue again was, Heather says, I'm always in my pajamas. But just having Shue here was just so friggin' cool. And I love that people are loving the War Room and that they want to come in and hang out with us, which I just think is friggin' awesome. Are you guys going to have a sexy pillow fight from different locations? I mean, if that's what you guys want, you want a sexy pillow fight. Wendy says Hillman's brother was my teacher in high school. How about your YouTube? So here's one of the things. So I'm posting these War Room videos up on YouTube after the fact. So YouTube's not live right now. I am, however, working on some upgrades that would allow me to go live on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously, but I can't do it yet. And since we started the War Room out of Facebook, that's why it's here. But I did start the YouTube channel, and these videos every week are going to get posted up on YouTube as well. So we're slowly incorporating the YouTube family into the War Room. And obviously, of course, I would try to bring LB in here. I don't know how much we'd be able to control him, and I don't know if he's awake at this hour anymore. But I mean, part of Mike was a good sport about eating dicks. He was. The dicks are delicious. They really are good. Good to see you too, Michael. I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys too. Can I just say that it was really weird last Wednesday because I felt at like 8:15, this like panic came over me because I wasn't getting ready to be in the War Room, and it was really, really weird. Send Danielle the extra bag of dicks. I know. Well, I was going to try and send it to Mike Shue, but yeah. Wednesday. Come here. Come here, Wednesday. Wait till you guys see what I did. Wednesday. Come here and see Mommy. She was not pleased with me, by the way, that I left for a few days. She was so used to having me in the house 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 81 days straight. And then I left for a few days, and she was pissed when I got home. She was like, oh, now you want to come home? Oh, okay, whatever. Wednesday. Guys, check this out. I have a pug cam. I'm waiting for Wednesday. I have a pug cam waiting for her. That's where my headphones are right now because I took them off because there's a mean ass echo in my head. But she's not here yet. Her brontosaurus is here right now. But we have a pug cam for Wednesday. But she's not coming when I call her. So come on, Wednesday. Come here. She's being a brat. All right, what else did I want to talk to you guys about? So I told you about the T-shirts. So Brian printed them all, and they're getting mailed out by the weekend. If not, by early next week at the absolute latest. And I'm hoping by midweek next week that the final donation to the charity has been made and the T-shirts are done. Now, I did have a lot of people reach out about getting Cocktails in the War Room T-shirts and sweatshirts and other stuff. And yes, all of that merch is coming. I got to get the website up to make it a little bit easier to order it and get the store put together. But I talked to Brian about it today when I came and picked up the T-shirts. And we're working on it. So if you did not get your Cocktails in the War Room T-shirt order in on time, you will have another chance, but the back is going to be different. So all of the ones that say don't lick anything weird and wash your damn hands, those are going to be the Corona collectibles. Move the cam so your arm lines up. What arm lines up with what? Oh, she is pissed. I know. She doesn't want to come in. I don't know where she is right now. Feed froze 2 minutes ago. Great to see you, Carrie. Thanks so much. What's up, Kathy? Sorry, the feed froze. I'm working on everything that I can. I think I'm using a lot more bandwidth using this way, but I'm pretty excited that you guys like the way that it looks and it sounds okay and everything's good. All right, I'm fine. Going OG with the shirts. Hell yeah, Eric. Like I wanted there to be like just shirts that were just from the people that hung out every night during a pandemic with me in the War Room. I see two arms. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with everybody. You guys are giving me a friggin' complex now that it doesn't look right. It looks fine on my computer. Did you guys see the trailer for the new Bill and Ted movie? It came out today. Oh, I tweeted about it. You have to watch it. Oh, Keanu Reeves. Oh, I love him so much. I cannot wait for this movie. I am far too excited. Wait, today's your birthday, Philip? Hold on. Happy birthday. I believe you share it with Mr. Bellamy from Muse, if I am not mistaken. So happy birthday to both of you guys. Delicious cocktail. Okay, so let's talk about the podcast. I told you guys last week when I was in the war room with Mike Shue that Brent Smith from Shinedown is going to be the first guest, which I'm really, really excited about. But I have some awesome guests lined up for the next few weeks. So we're coming out of the gate really, really strong with the podcast. So the episode is going live at midnight tonight. And it is my goal to have a new episode up every Wednesday moving forward. There may be bonus episodes, but the goal is to have a new episode up every Wednesday. And there's a lot of really great people that have agreed to be on it. And I couldn't be more humbled and just so grateful that, all of the bands that we supported over the years are giving that support right back to the podcast. So if you have not subscribed, you can subscribe on Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, Deezer, Pocket Cast, radio.com. It's all over the place. Soon to be on iHeart and Pandora, but not yet. It's been submitted, but it hasn't made it through the submission process yet. But make sure that you subscribe so that when the new episodes come out, you get alerted and they download right to your phone almost immediately so that you don't miss an episode. Especially if there's bonus episodes that come up, because those might be surprises and I might not tell you that they're coming ahead of time. So you guys want to subscribe to the podcast and make sure you don't miss any of the episodes. But Brent was just, you guys know, I interviewed him how many times over the years, just so gracious and sweet. And one of those people that when the world is kind of gone crazy is one of those people that can really give you the opportunity to look at things in a different way. And he is such a consummate optimist that it was just really nice to talk to someone that is not all doom and gloom, that isn't screaming that the sky is falling, and is actually looking at a lot of the things that are happening right now as opportunities to change in positive ways and move forward. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear the episode. So that is going live at midnight. And on a selfish note, I am going to ask you guys, I know bonus episodes, right, Roberta? Sheila says, do you profit financially off of the podcast? Well, Sheila, that's what I was going to say. So, as this thing moves forward, that is going to be my job. It is going to be my income, which is why the sponsorships are going to be necessary because, you got to make money somehow. And I am not making Joe Rogan money right now. So, eventually this is going to be my full-time job. And what do I look it up on Google? The Mistress Carrie podcast. If you go into Google Play, just look up the Mistress Carrie podcast and you'll find it. So, I am going to ask you guys, review the podcast, give it 5 stars if you love it, share it, hashtag it. If you guys are in fan clubs of the bands that we're talking to, Mark, you're going to get an answer to your question in the podcast about whether or not he's still in the hotel or not. But post these episodes, share them on social, because the more people that we bring into the podcast and into this whole world, then the more things I'm going to be able to do with it. Joe, I'm working on it. The lobsters were delicious. That's Fisherman Joe, the lobster boat captain. Joe, you rule. You made a lot of Marines very, very happy down in North Carolina with those lobsters. And I had Joe Rogan money. Yeah, it's no joke, man. $100 million of Spotify. No fucking joke. At least that's the rumor that they paid him anyway. Um, so yeah, I am going to be selling commercials and advertising and sponsorship um, for Cocktails in the War Room, um, for my website when I get it up, for the podcasts. Um, the Patreon site is coming. There's going to be a lot of different ways because um, that's how we're going to make it work. I mean, I always had a great relationship with my skull bracelet, with the advertisers that sponsored my show on WAF. And, moving forward, I really want to be able to do a lot of great and special things. I want to be able to put events together. I want to be able to create awesome limited edition merchandise when cool things are happening. So we got to grow this community. And there really isn't anywhere else for us to go around here, when it comes to keeping in touch with the bands and learning about new music. And yeah, Mike, exactly. Producer Mike, brought to you by dicksbymail.com. I'm telling you, if I could get them to sponsor my podcast, I would rave about their delicious dicks constantly. Fantastic. Pick up your right hand. I feel like Beyonce. Everything's backwards in the camera that I'm looking at, so right hand. And then there's the TikTok videos that I watched basically my whole vacation. Right foot, now left foot. Right foot, now left foot. It was a lot. There was a lot going on. Now I'm craving lobster, says Heather. Well, hit up Joe. He's got a freaking lobster boat. You could buy them from him. Help out a local fisherman. Jump up and down. Yeah, exactly. Cocktails in the War Room from Corona could possibly turn into mistress that I've listened to since I was a kid into a multimillionaire. Hey, you know what, Shane? I would not hate hanging out in the War Room and doing the podcast. And if this turns into something, that would be amazing. That's what we're working on. So that's why I'm asking you guys, help me out with the podcast, subscribe, review it, share it, post it on your social pages, send it to people that are, friends of the bands that I'm talking to or fans of the bands that I'm talking to. And it's not just going to be about music. I have got some really cool military podcasts coming, some really interesting stuff on the way. I've been working really, really hard. And so I'm really hoping that you guys kind of like all of the diverse topics that we're going to be talking about. And, I just want it to be really interesting and want it to be something that, you guys want to listen to every week and that you look forward to listening to it every week. There's also going to be the corresponding Spotify playlist, so that you guys will be able to listen easily to the music that we're talking about in every episode. Rodney, you are correct. I wore my Shinedown shirt tonight. Since Brent's going to be on the episode tomorrow, I wanted to sport my Shinedown shirt tonight. So can we help with the Dicks by Mail? Oh, my God. A week sucks. I know. I can't wait to listen tomorrow morning on my way into work. Well, that's the great thing, Madeline. Like, that's what I'm hoping is that you guys, when you wake up on Wednesday mornings, that you can listen to the podcast and then there's going to be a playlist of awesome music that, you'll be able to listen to maybe on the way home. David says, looking forward to hearing from some of your Afghanistan friends. Oh, trust me, I can't wait to get them into MCHQ and talking about Blueberry Cobbler and all of that other stuff too. So I can't wait for that. You are facing correctly for us. Your right hand is on your left as if we were face to face. That's cool. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It's backwards from how it used to be with my phone, but I guess it's right now. I'm so confused. Damn, I missed part of your War Room. Monica, don't worry. The video will be up like it always is after the fact. And it'll be up on YouTube too. So we can always get caught up. Jillian says 12:01 a.m. and I'll be listening to it. Well, there you go. Did you check out Massachusetts Mule as a sponsor? I haven't started like I'm working on it. I just got back from friggin' vacation, guys. But yeah, you guys can send me any and all suggestions for sponsors and all of that stuff. Tried the blueberry cobbler drink. Yummy. Yes, exactly. That blueberry vodka with Shu was fantastic. But I also want to bring in sponsors that you guys are actually going to like and use this stuff, because it doesn't do me any good if I bring sponsors in and you guys, I'm not turning you guys on to like businesses that you'd be interested in or that you're going to use or whatever. So I missed you too, Kimberly. Um, Mark says we have a Facebook group named after this. So I heard about the Facebook group, and this is the only thing I'm going to say. I love the fact that you guys are, the war room community, and that you guys are becoming friends and all that stuff. Just be careful about stealing graphics and artwork and logos and all of that stuff, because for the first time in 29 years, I'm doing all of this myself. And that means I'm copywriting everything. So don't go stealing all of my pictures and my logos. And please, I love that you guys are super passionate about hanging out in the war room and whatever. Just please don't let anybody think that I'm running any of these fan pages or groups or whatever. The only official pages are this one and the Twitter and the Instagram, the official ones. So just please don't try to fool anybody into them thinking that I'm running or monitoring anything like that, because I'm not. So just behave. Let's all be cool. Blue-eyed crab, blueberry cobbler. Hell yeah, Mickey. So my friend Jim that I went to college with owns this restaurant and bar down in Plymouth called the Blue-eyed Crab. And every time I go to Plymouth, I eat there, not just because we're friends and I've known him for years and years and years, but because the food is friggin' delicious and he makes unbelievable drinks. And he needs to make a blueberry cobbler drink for me next time I go down there, because he has a big outdoor patio, which is now open. But it's an outdoor patio, which means when the weather sucks, it's kind of hard for these restaurants to stay open. So, I got to ask him the next time I'm down there to make me a blueberry cobbler cocktail, which would be fantastic. Now I'm all corporate, says Sean. I'm not all corporate. I haven't owned a goddamn thing in my entire life, Sean. Every single thing I have ever done in my life had an AAF logo on it. And this is the first thing that I have done that doesn't have an AAF logo on it. And I'm just saying, don't run around and tell everybody you're me and steal my artwork. That's all I'm saying. I'm all corporate. Fuck off. I'm proud of what we've accomplished over the last 3 months during a fucking pandemic after losing my radio station. So yeah, I'm a little protective. It's my baby now. It's all I have. Carrie CEO. Fucking ain't right, Don. You'll be corporate in no time. I don't know. I don't really think. I mean, corporate, like Joe Rogan corporate? I'll be Joe Rogan corporate. No problem. $100 million deal from Spotify? No. But no, that's the only thing, guys. I'm not trying to be a bitch here. I'm just trying to make sure that, with all of the new people that we're bringing in, I just want people to understand, the things that I'm responsible for and that are official outlets for me. And then, I don't want anybody thinking that I'm monitoring all of these groups and stuff, because I'm not. So yeah, you tell them. I do love dropping the F-bombs. I can't help it. It's so nice. And I have Wednesday, but do I hear they are opening skydiving soon? Yes, Christina. Skydiving is slowly opening as well. I don't know if they're going to be doing tandems right away, but I know that the experienced jumpers are going to be able to start jumping, I think, this weekend. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm hoping that I might be able to go and make some jumps this weekend. That smile is all you, though. Don't forget about that. Thank you very much, Nicholas. I appreciate that. The group is done with respect, and it's clear who's running them. That, Josh, that's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. I just don't want to friggin' have a lawyer show up at my door one day and be like, hey, this group threatened to kill somebody or like whatever. They say you're a bitch only sometimes. They don't call me the baddest bitch in Boston for nothing. Church, this is church. Exactly, Travis. Yeah. CEO dropping the F-bomb. There's plenty of CEOs that drop them. They just might not do it in front of HR. And I don't have HR, so at least not right now. Don't apologize. Don't put yourself the female boss. Yeah, see, it's always, when the female boss all of a sudden starts cracking the whip that everybody starts freaking out. So miss seeing the skydivers over the school, says Trish. Yeah, trust me. I miss jumping out over the school. Love my shirt, the stickers, and the autograph photo. Awesome, Rodney. I'm glad that you got them. I'll tell you that out of all the shirts we already sent out, I think we made 3 mistakes out of 414 shirts that we already mailed. Those are pretty good odds. And the rest of the shirts are here in boxes, and we're going to start stuffing envelopes tomorrow morning. So, obviously if you guys aren't getting your shirts or, the shipping address is whatever the address was that you put in your shipping address on PayPal. So if you haven't updated your PayPal, it's going to go to your old address. And you need to reach out to me so that I can keep that from happening. If for some reason you ordered your shirt in the last couple weeks and you didn't realize that maybe your shipping address on PayPal had not been changed. So I should drink out of it this way so you guys can look at the skull. Look at see with the lime in the mouth? Doesn't that look funny? I love this mug. It's so cool. I needed that drink today. It's been a very long day. What do the podcast shirts look like and when do they go on sale? We haven't made them yet. We are working on the designs now, and I am hoping to have them on sale later this summer. There's a lot of moving parts to all of this stuff, and I am really trying hard to take these steps forward slowly so that I don't screw up, and I don't, I don't want to release anything that's not right. I don't want to release anything that's not good. I don't want to release things that aren't good quality. I mean, that's why I had Brian make the shirts, because he does a really good job. And those shirts are going to be awesome for a long time. So I'm taking baby steps, but I love the fact that you guys are so excited about all of this stuff. Danielle, trust me, I'm making the hoodies. It's like drinking out of your face. It is, Stacy. That's a Moscow Mule in here, actually. Normally I drink it out of the copper mug, but I wanted to drink it out of the giant. Look at this thing. It's freaking cool, man. And it's kind of like a weapon because it's really heavy glass. Like, you guys always made fun of me about my plastic skull mug. This thing is, you could do some damage with this thing. Now, the other thing I could tell you is that I was able to streamline all the equipment in here since Mike Shue was in here. So there's a lot less stuff. Obviously I still have the headphones that I don't want to have to wear. Wednesday's angry with mommy. No shit. I don't know where she is. Wednesday! See what happens? You give a dog her own camera and she doesn't show up. Little brat. She did get a really cute toy too. When I got the mug and she got a really cute toy. So she was playing with that as well. But the basket that you guys sent a few weeks ago has all her toys in it now. And she jumps into the basket and digs through it for the toy that she wants and pulls it out and runs around. She's really bizarre. And while I was on vacation last week, we had our 2-year anniversary. Her birthday is in April, but I didn't bring her home until June. And so it was really cool seeing these old pictures and videos come up on my timeline of like a very small Wednesday. Did you guys see the picture that I put up of her on Instagram, or she put up on her own Instagram with her eyeballs? Like, if you haven't gone to Wednesday's Instagram, it's Wednesday the Goth Pug on Instagram. And her eyeballs were giant and she hadn't grown into them yet. And her eyes, she's so full Marty Feldman, like full Feldman. They were just like, and the picture's really funny. Somebody asked about my garden. My garden's actually doing really well. I put a picture up today on Instagram of some of the flowers that I pulled out of my garden, which are the most beautiful flowers. I didn't even put any effects on that picture. That's just what they looked like in the sun. They're so bright. But the garden is coming along. I took Wednesday out there yesterday just to kind of walk around and kind of see if anything was like digging in there or whatever. And I have an enclosure to like keep animals out and stuff. And so when she goes into the garden with me, I'll take the leash off so she can run around. And that little shit goes right over to my pea vines. And she's just eating the pea plants. Like there's no pods yet. There's just flowers, but she's just eating the leaves off of the pea plants. And she thinks it's hilarious. And she eats them. It's not like she just pulls them off and drops them on the ground. Like she sits there and chews them and eat them. My tomato plant has flowers on it. I actually started getting flowers on my tomatoes too, Kayla. And I cannot wait to like eat fresh tomatoes and to have salad with like my cucumbers. And I'm so excited to just spend, time outside in the garden. I never had a lot of time to weed it before because during the week I was always gone. And now as I'm kind of restructuring my day, being someone that never worked from home before, to like be able to go out in the morning when I'm having coffee and like weed the garden for a half hour and then get on business calls and then take the dog out around lunchtime. And like, it's really strange being in control of your own schedule. So I got a bunch of kinky stuff on Google Play, but I couldn't find you. So go to the first post on this Facebook page is a link to the podcast. And if you click on it, it will take you to the podcast site, and the links for every outlet for the podcast are there. Apple, Google, Stitcher. So if you can't find it for some reason, I don't know why. Are you the only one that's on Google that's having a hard time? Does anybody else find the podcast on Google? Now you're freaking me out. Yeah, I can't wait for the garden tomatoes, says Patricia. Wednesday put you in the doghouse. I know, seriously. Run a poll on what products we want so that you, that's a good idea. Michael says to put a poll up to see what kind of merchandise you guys want in the online store. That's a really good idea. Let me get the site working and find out. I got to talk to Brian about what we can make and what we can't make. One of the things that I want to make for all of my military friends is I want to make Mistress Carrie Silkies. And those are a little bit harder to make because they're not cotton. And so you can't screen print them the same way. Found it on Google. Melissa, can you scroll through the comments and link it to the people that we're having? I found it on Google and Spotify. Thank you. Thank you, Judy and Sandra. You're even on iHeartRadio. Wait, Joe, iHeart picked it up? They were supposed to send me a notification and they didn't. iHeartRadio picked up the podcast. Woo! That is fantastic. I had no idea that iHeart had picked it up. When you submit a podcast to all of these outlets, you fill out the whole thing and, you answer all the questions, you put the artwork up there or whatever. And then they tell you, okay, we're going to put you through the process and then we will email you if we approve your podcast. And so I hadn't received the iHeart email yet. Yep, found it on iHeart. Fucking A, you guys are making my night. The night before the first episode, and it's going up. Oh, this is a good one. Nicholas wants to know what silkies are. Okay, I need all of my military guys and all of my veterans Uh, cufflinks and a tie clasp. Good idea, Travis. So remember the volleyball scene in Top Gun? Every girl in a certain age remembers the volleyball scene. They're those military short shorts. They're either black or they're green. They have a lining in them like a bathing suit, but in military circles, they call them silkies or ranger panties. And they do silkies runs and silkies hikes where they wear these almost inappropriately short um, shorts, military shorts. And they make them and they make like American flag ones and they make all different colored ones. And so I want to make silkies, Mistress Carrie silkies. Just link to iHeartRadio now following. Hell yeah, Jackie. You guys are awesome. Just found the podcast on Google last Tuesday. That is fantastic. It's like, is it like a whoopee? No. So a whoopee is the blanket. It's the poncho liner. And that is for the Army. Now, I don't know what the Navy and the Air Force calls a whoopee, but the Marines call it a poncho liner. And if you call a Marine's poncho liner a whoopee, Travis, back me up on this. Marines freak out because a whoopee is an Army term. Like the track shorts almost, kind of, but they're this very thin, silky material. And the saying with silkies is if they fit, you got to order them a size smaller because they're supposed to be almost inappropriately short. Marines call it a whoopee. Jessica, the Marines I was with over the weekend got really mad when I was telling them that their poncho liners were whoopies. They have Nightmare Before Christmas ones, the silkies or the whoopies. Oh my God, I'm dying. Label them with a bag of dicks, right? And they keep everything just right. See, Travis knows because he's a Marine. So I have to find a place that will make me Mistress Carrie silkies for all of my military friends. Like that needs to happen. My uncle has a whoopee, but he was Army, so it makes sense. Yeah. So a lot of Marines, my husband is a Marine and he calls it a whoopee. Really, Jessica? Well, the Marines I was with were getting butthurt at the concept that I was calling their poncho liners whoopies, but whatever. So yeah, are they the same as the Navy SEAL shorts? Yes, exactly, Joshua. Everybody calls them something different, but usually if you say silkies or ranger panties, they're those very short, inappropriately short military shorts. Kind of like Larry Bird circa 1986, kind of, but they're not the thick polyester. They're super thin material, and they have, like I said, a lining that kind of holds everything. It's a beatdown time. It's a poncho liner. See, Travis, I know. I got you. Silkies may as well be a bag of dick. Yeah. Marcus says Army equals whoopee. I'm sitting on mine and drinking. Well, Marcus, to your whoopee. I have a whoopee too because the Army gave it to me, so I call it a whoopee. But nut huggers, Keith. Yeah, exactly. There's all kinds of nicknames for them, but I want to make Mistress Carrie silkies for sure. We got to make koozies too. Like I want to make dog shirts so Wednesday can have that stuff too. They're not Daisy Dukes, Debbie. They're a little bit different. They're way more masculine than Daisy Dukes. They're super thin, super revealing. Exactly what I like about them, Tracy. Exactly. Just reconfirmed with the husband, and he said it's a generational thing. All right, well, there you go. Marines, it's the men's department of the military. Oh, God, now you guys are all bashing each other with the... Never knew the name. Thank you for clarifying. Hey, it's my wife's birthday, Dusty. Well, happy birthday, Dusty. Cheers to you. Brianna says, I don't have a whoopee. I should buy one. Whoopies are awesome. They're super lightweight. You can squish them down into almost nothing. A lot of people keep them in their saddlebags in case they need it for something. Ooh, dog tags. That's cool. Yeah, hell yeah. Belt buckles that fold down and hold a can of beer. Dog bandanas. Yeah, we got some good ideas. I will tell you guys, though, that after being in here with you guys for 81 straight days, taking a few days away, I really missed this. Like, I love that we're this community of people that, that it's super interactive and that we're talking about whatever's coming up. And, I know that we talked about it a lot before I left, but, there's so much going on in the news and everything. And I don't want to get into big, heavy stuff tonight. I just want to reiterate that I love the fact that this group of people is young and old, that is conservative and liberal. I love that you guys are men and women and black and white. And I love the fact that it doesn't really matter how you are or what you love or who you love or what you do for a living, that you come into the war room and we're all just this great group of people that have a lot of things in common. And one of those things is that we're open-minded. You don't have to love skydiving, but you support my love of it. And there's a lot of people that ride motorcycles in the war room with us, but I know there's a lot of people that don't want to ever get on a motorcycle ever. And that's okay too. And so I just wanted to say that, watching the news and everything that's going on can be incredibly disheartening at times. And it made me so grateful over the last week to know that we had this group, this community, this amazing family that, started at a radio station that we all loved, but was really bonded over, shared isolation during a pandemic. But I think there's so many people here that have found, common folk, as they say, that, you found someone of like minds here, friends, family. Metalheads support each other. You know what, Brad? 100%. And that's the thing. It's like the music, the lifestyle. It is a new family, Lisa. And, I'm so glad that everybody has been so supportive and so loving here. And it's a really nice escape. And I know that that's part of the reason why you guys love coming and hanging out in here, is because it really is so opposite of everything that's happening out there right now. There's so many places that you can go where people are trying to divide people and make you pick a side between good and evil. And, like I said, conservative or liberal or pro this and anti that. And I don't want this place to be like that. It's like we can have discussions and debates and talk about things. And we're going to do a lot of that on the podcast. Depending on who the guests are, we are going to have complicated conversations, and we're going to debate things and try to work through things. And most importantly, find solutions to things, which nobody is doing. There's no fighting in the war room, which is totally ironic, right, Sean? Which is why I love the name, because you're not supposed to, if it was a real war room, you shouldn't be drinking cocktails in there, because you'd be like, nuke them. But I just love that, you guys, I just love that everybody is, finding what they're looking for here. Like Lori says, no politics. I mean, we're not going to have hard, fast rules. When there's things that need to be talked about, there's things that need to be talked about, and there are, and I have my opinions, and you guys all have, your opinions on things too. But here, at least we can all agree to be respectful of our differences. And if we can do that here in the war room amongst ourselves, then we should be able to do it in everyday life outside of the war room when we're dealing with other people that, we haven't dragged kicking and screaming into the war room yet. So, oh my God, Oprah's coming on. Yeah. Oh my God. Can you imagine if I got Oprah? I would love to interview Oprah. Are you kidding? Oprah is one of those people that you start interviewing them, and then pretty soon you realize that they've taken over the interview and that they're interviewing you, because she's such a good interviewer and has been doing it for so long. Like when I was on Sully's Hometown Session show on his YouTube channel, It was really hard for me to let Sully interview me because normally I'm the one interviewing him. And it felt really weird to sit back and like wait for Sully to ask me questions. Like, yeah, everyone gets a car. You get a car and you get a car. Oh my God, that's Joe Rogan money. You start giving out cars. That's Oprah money. That's Joe Rogan money. I would love to be able to give you guys all a car. I would totally do that if I could. Just to be clear, I don't have the money to give you guys all a car. But if I did, I totally would. You would want to interview her, Monica says? Yeah, why wouldn't I? The purpose of the podcast is to be able to talk to anybody. You know, there are very few people that I wouldn't want to interview. The difference would be there are people that when you interview them, they go off on tangents and they don't really answer your question. And if I were interviewing someone like that and they just started to pontificate and change the subject, that I would turn their microphone down and make them answer the question. And then if they didn't want to answer my direct questions, I would just end the interview, you know, but I would have no problem interviewing people of a different mindset on things. I mean, what fun is it to talk to just people that everybody thinks the same way as you do? I mean, listen, growing up as a woman in broadcasting, there weren't that many women to look up to. And Oprah is one of those women. She's completely self-made. She went from a local news anchor to owning her own fucking network. Like, what the hell do you think I'm trying to do right now? So yeah, come on in, Oprah. Sit right here. I have no problem giving you your own camera. I will kick Wednesday's name tag off of the camera. I'll give you your own camera. I would love to have Oprah on here. That would be fantastic. I would interview Britney Spears. Of course I would interview Britney Spears. David Lee Roth would be like that. He would, but I've heard plenty of David Lee Roth interviews where he's gone off on tangents, but he answers direct questions. There are people that try to avoid answering direct questions by talking in circles. Politicians do it all the time. How about Joe Exotic? I would love to sit down with Joe Exotic and be like, dude, here's the deal. You shouldn't be allowed to own tigers. No one should be allowed to own fucking tigers. You are giving them rotten Walmart meat. Really? And the other thing about the TikTok videos is the Carol Baskin thing. Carol Baskin killed her husband something. Did you see that TikTok video or all of those videos? Oprah would love Wednesday and vice versa. Does she still have a house in Concord? I don't know if she does or not, Joe. Have a cocktail. Let's see. True, no Wednesday stays. You could offer them cocktails in their own bag of dicks. Wouldn't that be unbelievable? Oprah, welcome to Cocktails in the War Room. She drinks Moscow Mules. I know she does because she did a whole show on it years ago about the copper mugs. So I would give her her own copper mug with a Moscow Mule in it and then say, I know that you're a Weight Watchers spokesperson, but could I interest you in a complimentary bag of dicks? It's fucking fantastic. I would love to interview Dr. Fauci or David Ortiz. Yeah, you guys are all, I would interview Governor Baker in a heartbeat, like 100%. Yeah, they don't have purple dicks in the bag of dicks, which is a little bothersome. They need purple dicks. But yes, Dr. Ruth, she would totally love the bag of dicks. 100%, Judy. So yes, I am working very hard on not just having musical guests, but a lot of different and interesting guests on the podcast. And I am super excited for you guys to hear all of the interviews. And the first one goes live in a couple hours. Holy fucking shit. Super excited. Thank you guys for telling me that iHeart picked it up. I'm psyched. Betty White. Oh my God. I would love to sit down. Can you imagine all the stories Betty White has? Seriously, you would need a whole series of podcasts just to get all of Betty White's stories out. And I heard she drinks vodka. And that makes her my new best friend. Me and Betty could get drunk on a bottle of vodka together. That would be fantastic. Linda, your hairdresser. I already made my appointment to go and see Linda. She's back to work. Very excited. Can't wait. Yeah, dicksbymail.com needs customized Mistress Carrie purple dicks, Brianna. I 100% agree with that. I know, it's crazy. All right, guys. So I'm really sorry Wednesday didn't come in. Like I said, I had all the plans in the world. She even had a pug cam. And she didn't come in. I just have Wednesday's squeaker toy. Really? Really, Wednesday? You couldn't come in? Really? I'll try to get her in here next week. I'll try to give her her own pug cam. I don't know why she's not here, but I told you she's been really mad at me. Sorry. I was really excited to have her in here. She was kind of following me around all day today, and then I was working on the podcast a little bit, and she was pissed. And I know, best laid plans of pugs and men. Exactly, Mickey. All right, guys. What do you think? Next Tuesday night at 8:30? Possibly with Danielle, possibly a pajama party with Danielle. I will let you guys know as soon as I get it confirmed what week she is going to come in. But I'm super excited. And I can't wait to hear what you guys think of the podcast this week. So share it, subscribe, download, review it. 5-star reviews would be amazing. Post it up once the episode is up. Share it with all your Shinedown friends. Hashtag Shinedown Nation, because they are a crazy mob of unbelievable people. And I want to make sure that they all hear this interview as well. And I'm really excited. This is like, it's like Christmas Eve for me that I've been finally working on the podcast and getting all the behind the scenes stuff done. And it's finally going to come to life in about 2 hours and 10 minutes. So super excited. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for understanding why I needed to get away for a few days, which was much needed and absolutely wonderful. And I will let you guys know if I end up making that choker necklace with the shark's teeth. And as soon as I hear more of like the history of all of these teeth and stuff, I'm going to do some research on it now, because now it's got me, curious. I also love being able to say, I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Right? But we'll be talking before that anyway. Podcast tonight at midnight. If you haven't subscribed, you can get it everywhere, including radio.com. Thank you very much, Entercom, and iHeart as well, which I'm super excited about. And let me know what you guys think. All right. Ooh, hold on. I have a button for that too.